Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper of Viperland, and we have returned to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Took a week off so we could watch the heckin' movie, which is still great. Still great. Shockingly, still enjoy it. Who would have thought? I know, crazy. Yeah, we ended minutely early last time because I said something so reprehensible. I had to end the stream immediately. So we're right back here. Usually I end in the middle of scenes, but no. Yeah, it was really good to rewatch the movie. I've only seen it once since I saw it in theaters, so it's been like almost 10 years. I think they said the movie came out 2012. I must have seen it a year or two after that again. Ooh. So yeah, we were looking for clues. We found Yi, and I can't stress this enough, Ha, and the lunch lady. Maybe this time we won't. It's the game's fault for introducing a lunch lady character. Young miss, lock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Oh my god. Yep, the cough-up queen. Ew. The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he deserves the evilest lunches of all. Well, obviously. What is the evilest lunch? That's the question. What is the evilest lunch? I think it is one slice of white bread, a Kraft single, and a pickle. That's the evilest lunch. No drink. Really? Pickles are good, yes. So is white bread and cheese. However, when you're given one slice of bread, one slice of cheese, and one pickle, that's an evil lunch. Somehow it is more evil than the sum of its parts. Really? What? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear. This lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. Yeah, apparently. So, what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. See Lana Sky wield that knife so. The knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean, you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears, and the rhythmic beat of Lana Sky's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Sky? Of course, it's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. A single pickle slice, not on the bread either. On its own. A bag of Haribo gummy bears? Nah, see, because that's delicious. I mean, is it good for you? Absolutely not, but like, I would have an entire bag of Haribo gummy bears for lunch. That sounds perfectly fine to me. I don't think that sounds evil. But, you know. Evil doesn't mean not delicious, though. I mean, you're right, but then what makes that evil? Maybe if it was, like, just the left arm of one Haribo gummy bear. See, there's an evil lunch. But a whole bag of it? Suffering to inflict yourself and others. I guess. Eat them. Yeah, see, I like gummy things, but probably not great either. How many lunch boxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty young lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? You say something. No! Only true connoisseurs can understand. Ew. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Tso's trilobite lunch set. I take it back. That's it. That's the evil one. That's it right there. That's, yeah, huh? That's it. That's it. Also, hey Sora, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. How you doing tonight? Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? Glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Ah, that does still have the... Hold on. I'll fix it after. I can't tab out now, or otherwise I'll just shrink everything. Yeah, I'll fix it later. It'll pop up someday where I can tab out of something and I'll remember. Also, hey Birdie, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. How's your weekend going? Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Wow. Whew. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? Sense some hostility. Hostility? Huh, perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. Oh, dang! Happy birthday. Belated happy birthday. That sounds like a good weekend then. Yeah, that would do it. That would definitely do it. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure case of a cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Have you invention? No. Oh no.
The Dommy Wunch Mommy.
I'm mad that it reads that whole thing. I'm a little upset that it reads the whole thing. Got this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. Oh, I think we did this already. ID card belongs to a detective. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we did this one already. Alright, yeah. Ah, yep, there it goes. We definitely examined this area. Definitely talked to her. Guess we're going up. Text-to-speech bot is scary, and it only gets scarier. February 22nd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job! Quite a challenge from your office. A change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, look! There's a trophy or something here. Trophy? What's that shield? Takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Is lying it on the couch displaying it? Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix, Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Oh. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Emma's best girl. Ah, okay. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. What brings you here? I warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No! Did I? No! It was just Mr. Wright here, he... Hey, don't blame me. Just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? Body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. Would be... my car. What of it? That's a new face frame, isn't it? Like, I don't think we've seen that one before. What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Why does he have a bright red sports car? Did not take him for a sports car driver, but... Alright. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? There's a big K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors! It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. Until that Wendy was garbage. Taste test power hour. Yeah. It's like, no, I like Wendy's. Oh man, yeah. I feel like the 10-minute power hours are consistently funny. Like, the episodes, they got highs and lows. The highs are great, the lows are forgettable. But I feel like the power hours are always consistently pretty damn good. What? So that K, that's... K stands for King. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. King of Prosecutors trophy added to the court record. That's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors. Congratulations, King of Prosecutors. Please, stop saying that. That doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? Wow, this jacket's even lazier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. Sure, there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty. Take a picture. He's getting way too excited about this. My. What an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Wendy. Wendy. Heard that name somewhere before. And besides, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy. Wendy. Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? Just... I don't think so. Ooh, cute! What a pretty tea set! I go more for the instant tea bags myself. I definitely... No, I definitely have a full tea... Amazing! The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend! What an exquisitely splendid concoction. Such a thing as taking a hobby too far. These are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. But Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. Must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? I must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Oh. Also, Eric, how's it going? Excuse me. It was full Wendigo and haunting Edgeworth, apparently. Hey, a chessboard! I'm not up to my chest, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. Wait, blue? The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges, surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Oh. Sure, that has nothing to do with anything else. Also, who makes a chess set of red and blue? A work desk. It's quite tidy as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. We'll sue you. Nice, I think we've looked around. Yeah, I like how it's been like a few days and people are already making mechs and bombers and in Zelda. Mind you, there's definitely people who have had it longer. Absolutely, but, you know. Whoa! What a view! Must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. Guess you would feel important? Incidentally, for you to jump out of this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it! approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. Sure, we'll go with that. So the body was found in your car. Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? That's definitely a new phase. After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. You're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then. Yes, sir, Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again. It didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I understand. Wait, what did he say? Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. Who, imagine being hired to prosecute yourself and prove your own guilt. Who? Yeah. The dicks will never be short-lived. They will be everywhere, always. As soon as, like, even now, if you go to Smash Brothers and you go to, like, the community-made maps, it's just tits and dicks. That's it. That's it. With, like, one creative thing, but it's probably just a meme. It'll still be impressively done, but... You, Mr. Edgeworth. Well... To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. Or Aquabot. That's true. Lots of Aquabot. Miles Edgeworth. Hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimonies, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. But there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. Yeah, I mean, people will find ways. Even a sandbox, people will find ways. But that's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's so weird to see a new, like, pose from him. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop. It's so weird. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. I think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Skye, yes. We first worked together on a case 2 years ago. My first big case. Right, I remember. 2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer then. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. Jeez. But what? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? Let's be honest. It doesn't matter what other game comes out. Zelda is fun, but it also is Nintendo. And generally speaking, Nintendo games just get the wider market. They just do. Tears of the Kingdom will probably win Game of the Year. It doesn't matter what else comes out. Realistically speaking, I don't think anything else has a chance. And I haven't even played it. Like, the fact that people are generally enjoying it and it's a Nintendo thing really seals the deal. But Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? Well, who knows? Like, like, let's be honest. I even if I got Tears of the Kingdom, I can already tell you I'm going to enjoy Final Fantasy XVI more. Me, I will. There's even, no matter how good Final Fantasy 16 is, it will not beat a popular Nintendo game for Game of the Year. Hard stop. No. No, because 16 right now is only coming out on PlayStation. I think it's only PS5. If it's PS4, I forgot about that. But like, only coming out PS5, and there are way more people who have Switches than have PS5s. It's just hard numbers. Absolutely, Zelda will win if it comes down to those two. Even if they're equally good, assuming they're both fantastic, 10 out of 10, Zelda will win. But like, let's be honest, it's a popularity contest. Like, who cares? But when it comes down to a popularity contest, the system with the bigger user base will win. It's just how it goes. Zelda will win that. And maybe Zelda's better. Like, again, to me, I know 16 will be better for me. But I have no doubt that Zelda's a blast, and people are having a great time and making cool things, and like, hell yeah. But I can't think of anything else that could even like challenge that throne. Even if we get like the Elden Ring DLC and it's 10 out of 10, which it probably will be, FromSoft does great DLC, that wouldn't be able to beat it. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a title given by one dude. Jeff Keighley does not determine what the best game is, but he puts on an entertaining performance, and we get to see lots of trailers, so it's whatever. But Rise of 3, yeah, man. Rise of 3 should at least get a shout out. Like, I know there's not a chance that like Labyrinth gets even like an honorable mention or something. It's impossible. It's just impossible. To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Why do you keep a knife in your... Okay. Rise will get a nomination for RPG of the Year. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because what other RPGs came out this year? I mean, 16 will win RPG of the Year. 100%. Yeah, Starfield, if Starfield comes out, which it won't. I mean, I can't say it will or won't. Starfield will not win Game of the Year. I can tell you that already. There's a 0% chance that Starfield comes out and it is, in anyone's mind, other than the people who made it, better than Tears of the Kingdom. There's a 0% chance. Zero. I'm saying that now. If it comes out and it is the greatest game anybody's ever played, I will eat my words, and I will truly be sorry about saying such salty things, but there is no way that anyone but Todd Howard thinks that Starfield is the game of the year. It's no chance. It's no chance. 0% chance. But also, like, okay, this isn't a tangent thing. This is a real question. Like, I used to work at a store that opened a lot of boxes. So, like, I have a pocket knife. It's not as sharp as it once was because I've opened a lot of boxes with it. But, like, this is a, roughly my hand-sized knife. It's a thinner blade. Like, but, like, A, I kept it on my person, not in a box in my car. And B, look at the size of that knife. What is he doing with that in his car? Like, what's the reason for someone to have that knife in their car? Like, that goes from being like, oh, I use this as a tool. Like, are you like a boatman? Are you like cutting like thick rope or something? Because otherwise, that's a stabbing knife. Like, I don't get it. It's fine. Yeah, hey, I will eat those words if Starfield comes out and it's really fantastic and it's truly fun and it is everything that was promised and people want it to be. That will not happen. I think we all know that won't happen. That's as likely as Elder Scrolls 6 coming out tomorrow. It's about the same likelihood in my mind. That's true. I guess he could have just threatened people with it, I suppose. Murder weapon, usually in its worst toolbox, traces the victim's blood. No prints. Edward? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Just... Come on, can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Alright, well, when in doubt, first thing we gotta do once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Yet my path is laid out clearly before me. No time to reflect on what might have been. Wow, that was the most reaction we've ever gotten from the attorney's badge. Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright! Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? Wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Yeah. Gotta head out for a bit? Yeah, no worries. I don't know. I absolutely believe that Zelda will be a shoo-in for Game of the Year, but it's way too early in the year to call Best Soundtrack, I think. Yeah. I feel like it's way too early in the year to know that. Mind you, I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe the music's really great. I don't know. I haven't played it, and whatever clips I've seen of it have just been like GIFs and sound, like just sound effects, not music. So like I don't know. I truly have no idea about that. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she signs any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. Alright. Let's where the hell else do we go? Look the other side? Oh, I guess not. One here. Maybe we had to show him one of the things from the room. So, basically this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? Take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? That's another new face, isn't it? Maybe it's like a repurpose of an old one. Lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Why's that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. Police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works, yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? More important things to worry about. Oh, right. Doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder. Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Making your hands full cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. It's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. That's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves in our precision, Mr. Wright. Well, I place little faith in my memory. The thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stub, added to the court record. I am ready, but I was definitely not expecting it. But I'm ready. Also, hey, Pops, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Alright, got the parking stub. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. Nose. Oh yeah, especially at the rate I go, for sure. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh, hello. There's a lot going on here. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere in the premises? Edgeworth, what is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find any new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor SIGH? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. SIGH, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the prosecutors. Give me your name. Couldn't see what that was, just went too fast. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. Good luck with that raise next month. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains, and good luck. Oh. Right. Yes, sir. You caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down, at least. Well, away we go. How could you possibly hate me? Oh, what happened to the Blue Badger? Police department, entrance. Definitely got banged up a bit. Ooh, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? It's me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi. Jeez. Traffic wasn't even that bad. Jeez. Yeah, that is way far away. That's really far. 30 minutes by taxi with decent traffic. Police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? Well, disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. Trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. I love the fact that in the Phoenix Wright movie, there was canonically no one in the Badger suit, and they just do not address it. They drop that, and just doesn't face anyone, moving to the next thing. Utterly unfazed. Forget the Blue Badger, who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? It's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why are you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Are you? How do you think about this? Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show the police badge, enough said. Oh, he got me, too. Wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait, speaking of ID cards, I found that detective's card, didn't I? Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. People like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's say, Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. Didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Wow, now I remember! Bruce Goodman, he's the victim! Also, yeah, the power of 3DS, you could really tell they were flexing that. Like, 3D, oh, look at this. Oh, we can animate a thing. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. Wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? There's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Found a Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Skye to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, somebody else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. I mean, to be fair, he did just mention that lots of people are naysayers against Edgeworth. Car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crimes. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. What if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well... No, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister! Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like baked. It's a sensitive issue with us these days. I mean, you guys could stop faking evidence. That might make it less of a sensitive subject, but, you know, just saying. You could stop faking evidence. You could have also not started in the first place, but too late for that. You could stop it. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then, what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. True, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Yeah, that's gotta be a first. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. Not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? Now, this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? Chief of Police himself is directing this investigation, pal. Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emmett did seem to know that Marshall guy. Foreman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. So, this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective, like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too, but Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yes, like that case we just finished. A year ago. Well, it all started with the murder of the defense attorney, Hammond. Yeah, we were there. Well, not there, but we were in the case. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with the witnesses, nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. Excuse me. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's spot himself. But what? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Well, I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. Tricky again. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs, and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. Battery powered, so I can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. A work of art designed by the chief of detectives, created by Detective Gumshoe. That's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What's his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look now, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there. Nobody will look at you twice, pal. Yeah. I was wondering about that. Oh. Yeah, we see it. Okay. Okay, it didn't show the check mark, but I guess because that was technically different dialogue since we didn't get the item at the end of it. It's fine. Usual wanted posters I hang up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? This feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny. Thought they were talking about the weather. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. Guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. Make a good pair. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? When I was on a school trip, I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We'd just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras, or do they not have those at your zoo? Oh, no answer. It could be zebras. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. Wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Alright. Think we're good here? Back to the parking lot. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. Have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, hello. Oh, still here? Ah, hello! Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Well, guess she's just dating... Yes. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Look at all the evidence he's contaminating with beard hairs. Come on. That's just poor practice. There's something I wanted to ask you. Scene of the crime, cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? It's something I wanted to ask you. Okay. Literally is going to sleep. Alright, fine. Fine. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right to the spittoon. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old caw dog. You holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in, then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler, strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Oh. Well, goodbye. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good man always die young. Remember that, partner. Need to be a little more specific. Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Yeah, it's gone. Well, why aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Goodman autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Is my sister involved with the victim in any way? I feel like the autopsy report was really vague on the time, within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Everyone else is saying exactly 5:15. Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. There's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with Chief Prosecutor. Been restrained. Well, the time of death, they just narrowed it down within that window, but that's a surprisingly big window considering everyone else is saying 5:15. Like, 5:15. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot. So it seems, they're calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Yeah, sure. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? Calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Apparently they shoot you for almost anything in Texas these days. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So, why are you in charge? No reason, we're just short on hands right now. Keeping an eye on it in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. It's nothing but a sad old caw dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Well, that's sad. Alright, finally look at the car. Appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place at the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Yeah. Figures he had a lot of subordinates. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutor's got the big bucks. This rope, is it... They laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So, wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. Got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. Can't think of anyone else who could belong to him. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah. Right, let's check it out. Alright, time for more 3 dimensions. What a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes in it. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are harder to come by, you know. See, the series is as popular as ever with the kids. The phone. This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. Just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. To disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know when people from your generation... Whatever. Just check this phone out. People from your generation. Ugh. Gotta see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Beep. Hey, that song, I know that! Hey, what's going on over there? Beep. Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was there. It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor SIGH. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone, except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. What did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. That... Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. The wrong number. You're not lying. They shoot you for that. Again, they shoot you for anything in Texas these days. Literally telling somebody to stop shooting gets them to shoot you. Uh-oh. Instead of the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone entered the court record. Right. Gotta be something else, right? A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to the B block. Dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. Not planning on giving up my job that soon. B block is through there. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design of the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Don't think too deeply about it. You'll be fine. No, that's a little much. There's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than that Edgeworth himself. Afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Not on the nose anymore. The nose is broken. It's depressing. Officer Marshall! Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... There's something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies to me. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. Follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. They're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor or Prospector Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, it's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. But nobody says that. It's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was close to Edgeworth? Don't know what else we got to do. A toy shield suits that boy well. Exactly what your shield with that? Toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? I get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of those. Let me guess. Did it have a K for Kingdom Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Compadre, count to 3. Huh? Gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. I mean, never to visit Texas. He said it. He said it. 5:12 p.m. Prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow like. Also, welcome back, Robin. Trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. Seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Okay, same one. Whoops. Same one. Phone. His sister's cell phone. The last time it was used was 5:18, right after Goodwin was killed. Maybe she was canceling her date for the night. Why did Lana make that call? Good question. Oh. Hold on. Here? No, not here. Yeah, how to place some put there. Very cool. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of creative ways to do things in the game. A work desk. It's quite tidy as one would expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use, easy to use, yeah. Similar to talk, and we presented him with everything we got. Well, even except this, but... See your badge. Looks pretty round. Our badge is a star. A lone star shining in the nighttime sky. Beam of light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark at night. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. Yeah, I don't know if we showed him this one. What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodwin's ID card. Strangely enough, I found it at good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole. If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Oh my god. Lone Star! Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. No better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Yep. Alright. Give him the phone? Yeah. don't know what I'm missing. There must be something I still didn't see. Ah, yep. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. Look, something's written on it. 675 12-2. Alright, let's see. It's 67S 12-2. Ah. It's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Oh, I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note added to the court record. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? Guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show. For kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'll play Paul Joseph sometimes just for more Emma. Probably have to give it a shot. I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. Got a bad feeling about that. Really. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Maybe. I don't know. It all seems crystal clear to me. To be continued. Yeah, got all the info. Yeah, we'll give it a save. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? Defense attorneys should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There's no resemblance whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing. There's zero things connecting her to... No, not even a slight resemblance. No, nah. There's one decisive difference between you and her. That is, you're not a defense attorney. It's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. First trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Are you ready for me to fail this like 3 times? Ready for me to just not understand any of the logic and just shotgun blast evidence until something lands? 'Cause I am. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. I'm to save the game. We already saved, so it's good. Pro attorney, yes. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. I feel like he's got to read it like Farnsworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial. Oh, hold on. I have to be prepared. Just in case. I know it's going to come up. I have to be ready. That personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Ah. See, he's got the fancy just hold it. given the peace sign. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. MVP of the series. Oh, absolutely. Especially once we get through. I don't even know if they'll have the paper in, like, the Great Ace Attorneys. I hope they do. Because, like, by then it'll be 5 games deep, and, like, yeah. He's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will not pay for her rashness with her life. But now pay, not. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. A cough up. I cannot. Yes. It's so far away, but I also can't wait. Yeah. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho ho! Caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. He says, yeah, he says she's not a fae though. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. The witness state her name and profession. And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's just rice with a few sesame seeds. It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. The baseball cap, and I can't see it. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I can honestly say I've never tried caviar, and I have zero intention to ever do so. At all. Expensive raw fish eggs. That's like a trifecta of things that are just like, no. Why would I want that? I already don't like fish, and it's expensive. Like, no. No. Clearly people like it, but like, there's a super slim chance, like, there's almost no chance I actually like it. But if I somehow loved it, it would still suck because it's super expensive. So like, I'm fine. It's so tasty it hurts. So caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Oh, that sounds awful. Oh, pickled tapioca sounds awful. The heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Bad. Name. Profession. Now. Me, the name's Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Eat up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the case. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? I might have the court's attention over here. She's a professional, clearly. Parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Yeah. Oh, I still can't believe text-to-speech read that correctly. Very mad. Very mad. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. Suppose that's to keep the visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. Man, imagine having an entire building with a parking lot of, like, 6 spaces. Like, for the people who work there. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. Who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plan added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. 7 employees. Yep. No more, no less. Only 6 parking spaces. Oh. Have them duke it out until they only have 6 employees. It's musical chairs, but for employees, you know. Yeah, loser each day gets no... Oh. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright. I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Alright, witness account. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Which one? When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. You can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Motivation mechanic. Yeah, so they get there earlier and earlier and earlier and have to work that time. You know, you wouldn't pay them extra for it. That would be silly. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? Fired? Wow. Almost sounds like he has motive or something. No, that's not evil enough for Blizzard. At all. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, like, Bobby Kotick thinks of a plan like that and, like, loses sleep because that wouldn't make him enough money. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. Unbiased, oh, very. Yeah. It's up in the 2nd level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B lot. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. You sense something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... what'd you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. What? I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. Young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets, a greenhorn. And it must be hard yellowed and sharp as tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. By garish car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. Oh, a knife? Where did that knife come from? Who keeps a knife that big in their car? What are we even talking about? What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. Oh, you're like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. Also, hey Grim, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. The moment of the crime is photographed by Angel Star. Why the hell would she take the jacket, though? Like, that is... Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. Gotta go again. No worries. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. Since the defendant was holding a knife, what then? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, the next moment the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. Hey, see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. It's pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Okay. I already have no idea. Knife in her right hand. Oh, I don't think we pressed her on that one before. More about this. Oh, never mind. Yeah, take it back. Gotta be autopsy report? Right? I already don't know. So there's nothing we got for that. That one doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever. That would put her somewhere on the right-hand side. No. I don't know if she'd have a good angle, but his car, his knife, yeah. B? No, it should be A and B. Unless the thing's disabled. It only says A. It should be B though. Like, we were told earlier it was A and B by Emma. And even Phoenix admitted he parks on the B lot. So like, everybody's called it B so far. I think it just cuts it off there. Oh, yeah. See, it's B. But it sure do look like D there, don't it? It sure do. Yeah, it's the bracket. Yeah. No, yeah, it sure does look like it. Knife in the right hand. We have no proof about that because there's no prints because she's wearing gloves. Okay, so it's definitely not a Turtles badge. It's definitely not the ID. Definitely not the trophy. It's not the parking stub. I don't think it's the knife yet, but I feel like the knife is gonna matter. Oh, we didn't actually... Okay, hold on. It was the victim's blood, right? And that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. Edgeworth was doing with a knife like this anyway. Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. That's a scary thought. Alright. There's nothing else there. So I don't think there's anything tied to the knife. Obviously not parking stub. Obviously not blue patcher. Autopsy report's always a possibility. Not that for sure. Not that for sure. Maybe the floor plans? I don't think it would be... Gotta be... The best I've got is autopsy report here, and I don't know if it's probably not it. That's what I'm going with. No, yep, no, it's definitely not it. Yep. Cool. Didn't try to stop it. Too late. Put down the murder weapon. Well, the autopsy? The autopsy is specifically name of deceased, date and time of death between 4 p.m. and 5:30. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Ah. And that's about 4 inches. Okay. I feel like that's splitting hairs, but it's the best we got. Also, that's kind of just what we do. And it's just what we do. Split hairs here. So, nope. Alright. She does, I guess 4.5, but like... About 4 inches long. I guess 4.5, like at that rate. She could have done it because she knew. Try the knife again here. Jeez, we are gonna fail this so fast. So I was gonna question how she could see it, but she took a picture, so like clearly she could. Can't be any of those, so it's gotta be either knife in right hand, pointed tip of the knife into the chest. I guess I haven't checked everything, so let's check everything. Oh. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. Guess he must be a foreigner. Oh yeah, that's probably it. Or wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma. She says it. His name does have kind of a ring to it. I guess that's all we got here. A lot of stabbing. True. Yeah. Well, what would even have to prove that? I guess the floor plans? Or the picture she took? Yeah, I guess how should she clearly see both? Worth a shot. It's either floor plans or the picture. I'm gonna say floor plans. Damn it! If I fail out of this, I'll just save next time right before. But like we already saved basically right before it. Let's do this one. Ah, music changed. Do you witness this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. I'd almost say I should fail and restart her, but it's fine. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Sure that it's a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I keep smacking it so it'll stop making me giggle. Yeah, live on the edge, you know. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. And it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind. Ooh, that might be the best Edgeworth burn we've gotten so far. Ooh. The smug face and everything. You got him, Edgeworth. You got him. We thought he was learning other things from Phoenix. Nope. Just the sass. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem. Except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection? Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? You get the music swell and everything, and then it just goes away. If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. Didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, those gloves. Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? It was not permitted. She would not be wearing those gloves. Or not premeditated. Ah! Oh man, she was wearing gloves. Nobody's ever worn gloves before. I can't believe somebody was wearing gloves. These gloves do seem to tell the tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? Gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. Excuse me. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. That's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. It's got them thinking this was all planned. If you can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. Get that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, starts this one is false. Yeah, okay. Oops. She cut out a bit of it. Yep. Alright, so... Murder was planned, rubber gloves prove it. How do we... prove it wasn't? It's gotta be this one. The picture sure doesn't help. It's actually evidence against us, so not that one. Parking lot. I don't see how that would help us right now. Cell phone. It's definitely going to be important, but I don't think it's for this part. Zoom in. Whoa. Okay. The note, probably not. No, I didn't mean to hit that button. Oh, yeah, it's done. Yep. Cool. Honestly, it's better we did that, so we could just start over. That was the better call, even though it was a mistake. Yeah. Whoops. I'm good at this. Man, they just boot you right out, too. Yep, going in. We'll have to press on everything again real quick. Because we have to at least get that photo, I think. Actually, yeah, we have to. Yep, lunchtime for the courtroom. Yes, yes, info, names, lunchtime. Layout. Yep, there's the stab. Okay. Forgot which one actually gave us the photo. Please give me the evidence I need to throw it in your face. Is that the last one then? Please give me the photo. Which one was the photo? I swear I just pressed on all of them. I thought it was this one. Alright, so there's the photo. Okay. Cool. Save it again. Alright, shove your photo back in your face. Phoenix cannot catch a break. Gloves premeditated. Okay. So we gotta find a way to show it wasn't premeditated. What does this have again? 1,530, lost blood from chest wound. Single stab wounds found. Like, I don't know if it's a piece of evidence enough that we could throw it back, but like, if this was premeditated, why would she do it in the open? Why would she wear the jacket? Like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of things that somebody who's literally a prosecutor would know not to do. I don't think it's the ID number. Or the ID. It is weird that it was found away, not the trophy. Yeah, if it was planned, why wouldn't she bring her own knife, I guess? Spin, I know. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's in this case? The bloody murder weapon. Oh, the defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? There's a lot of back talk there. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. There's a lot of back chatter there. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. This testimony, this murder. That's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. She dropped her lunch. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Okay. Slow your roll there, Edge. You got a great first one, but like... What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who sees to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. It's the only thing the prosecution need to prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I hope you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... We'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? Deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Alright, progress. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. Wow, so she starts immediate with the gonna give you the middle finger and just tell you exactly what I think. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Oh, well I already know that one then. Victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Well, if you order a pizza and then the delivery boy ends up dead on your doorstep, then there might be some linking evidence. Only what you saw does exactly the opposite the whole time. Yeah. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I mean, I know what evidence and where this time, but I still want to See what she's got to say. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Thing's half-baked here already, and it's you. I don't know what you're talking about, Potts. I'm not picking up on that vibe at all, actually. I don't know. I think you're reading too deep into things. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Yeah, maybe there's a slight vibe, but I don't think it matters. I don't think it's plot relevant. Her actions speak for themselves. You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she did. That's not how the burden of proof works. It's not how this works. That's not how that works. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There's no records of a call made on the defendant, Miss Alana Sky's phone. You might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness, why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge. Kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. I like how he's just reached enlightenment because of that statement. Judge isn't very good with metaphors. Suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. I still gotta hear what she's gotta say, but... A human machine? That's a contradiction! Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sighs smell like citrus fruit. You say again and again, how many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? What if she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that? This is a murder case, people! Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. The star has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. Wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax, and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. That went the wrong way around, but hey, autopsy report. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise! Why do you have a box full of moss? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? You shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Ah, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? That's in poor taste, madam. Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. A red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. What? A red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Oh wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. No, they don't! A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear in this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance! That's what I wonder. Alright. Red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. We possibly, like, what evidence do we have that, like... Oh, she wasn't wearing it. Cool. That would do it. Yeah. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. Was my objection to chopped liver? It was there. A scarf, no, not that, but something red, really. Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us... We keep proving that she's not telling the truth about seeing the crime, and fine, I guess we'll just go to what happened after that. Okay. Just assume... No, just assume she did it. What happened after? Excuse me. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. I don't believe that at all. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. Quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile. There's so much wrong with that. Well, like, where do I start? Like, you're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Starr. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Everyone's weak against poisonous snake bites. Also, venomous snake bites. Not poisonous. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Whew. Alright, well. Where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this. I'm sure that she means this wall next to the car. That's right. It's a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. What did you do then? Like... I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm hoping some of the presses narrow it down, because I feel like there's a few ways we could do this, but only one of them's got to be right. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole... Oh, that's it. Okay, gotcha. Maybe I should press her for more details? No, press her. There's a fence there. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The lunch-hand car was... It was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain-link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing, the call from Queen Lunch Lady Athlete, indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. How did this guy not get away? Stupid muffler. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Geeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Is that one word? No, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Oh, she can't mean... Part of me wants to leave it be, but nah, screw it. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see. What? My memory is like a salmon. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. So she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. Things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. You're gonna call me Emma, okay. Use Estelle instead, okay. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'm going to say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. During that time, you climbed over the chain-link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Yeah. That would do it, then. Smug Phoenix is best Phoenix. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Alana Skye. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Her testimony is exclusively personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. Look at these floor plans. Every time I do, it makes me dance. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? How many lunches will she drop? Order, order. What is the meaning of this? Simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lie. Okay. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. I guess when the counterattack begins, I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... I don't think she ever used the phone. She clearly used the cell phone. We have evidence of that. I don't think she ever used the emergency phone, or tried to, so order of events is out. Where she saw it would make sense, because she did use the cell phone. But you could also argue what she saw. If she said she saw her use the emergency phone, she didn't. So that's a... I honestly feel like it could be either of these two. Let's save it again. My gut says where she saw it, even though what she saw is probably as good an option. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Witness to lie. I see. Let's say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. That's... You know... Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points to one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed this crime was here. So, the thing is, she's got a photograph from here, but, like, the other spot she could be in is the security room. We already know she was going to go there. So, like, that's gotta be it, right? This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. In this case, Your Honor, the witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. Remember in your testimony you said, you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has gotten the better of Angel Starr. Order, order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Oh, Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. It's almost like she's got a huge thing against prosecutors or something. It's almost like maybe she could be working with whoever actually did this to set somebody else. She already admitted that Miss Sky and Edgeworth kicked her out 2 years ago, and she clearly has not let that go yet. But, I mean, it could be anything. There's no way to tell why she would lie about something, honestly. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. No, it wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It's the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? The witness is found to be lying. They're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference, but what? What would she... Aha. Yeah, angled view to the crime. Yeah. Why, the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the... Oh, damn it. On the second floor, and, you would have sort of a more 3D view on the crime... Oh, damn it. This is important. Why? I thought it was in relation to the fact that... No, that... How did she take this picture, then? That does clearly say A. I didn't notice that it said A before. And it's got the partition and everything. Okay, so that's definitely taken... How did she do it, though? Alright, well, too late. Pick the wrong one. Well, yeah, I would like to reconsider, thank you. Okay. I mean, it would change the distance for sure. Difference in lighting? It's gotta be distance. We have no idea about the lighting, so it's gotta be that. Changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness, you. Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? Quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry is for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. Absolutely just rubber bands, yes. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Oh, geez. Yeah, that would slightly affect the time. Oh, so by the time she took that photo, it was... And that's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes! This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. It's an important thing to swear things on. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Yes, Mitz, exactly. The time of the call here doesn't line up if that's the case. That's the best one I've got. We're not at low HP yet, but, you know. Yeah. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. You've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. 5 minute blank? Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Thanks, Judge, but you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Another dropped lunch. She's only dropping the bad ones. And those are the ones she keeps offering Phoenix. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. Witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Of course. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the ones you tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! To be fair, I relate. That's if somebody offered me 3 free lunches just randomly, I'd have basically the exact reaction. I can't fault them. Difference to the witness's determination. I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Yeah, oh, it's so powerful. Technically, that's 5 lunches for him. He's already had 2 caviar lunches. I should have mentioned these 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Alana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. That's true. But what? There was blood found in that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Lunch and evidence? Who would even go? I mean, I like lunch, but who needs... Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood test performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Oh, this is new. Rule number 1: evidence shall be shown without the no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective, as I mentioned previously. This shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. She's not wrong. Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim's shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. And well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Ooh, alright. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. And why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. Lady, I've seen Monster Hunters, and you're no monster hunter. This is when the suspect is admitting she did it. False testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Star. Let's just get this over with. You found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag. Really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. We brought it to the forensics department. You're going to submit something as evidence in court you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. Or, you know, the giant courtroom machine that we have come down from the ceiling. You guys remember that? It was such a big thing. Like, it's giant, it's mechanized, it can scan things, you can have them pause in time when you throw it up in the air. You know, the court wreck. And she got away with a little coup because she used to be a detective. First witness is, yeah. She's, like, any other witness by now would have already probably broken, and she's like, And she's been caught lying multiple times. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed, after all. The blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Huh? And even the judge agrees. He's like, that's a crime. That's a major crime. But she said she had evidence, so... Yeah, oh yeah. Well, speak up. Well... Blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether murder was committed in cold blood. It's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or, so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Alana Sky's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. Ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. Can't let this evidence go through without a fight. Yeah, no kidding. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? The thing is, we know she's bleeding. Yeah, wounded on her right hand. So it is entirely possible that somehow both of their blood ended up on that shoe, even without murder, I guess. No, there's nothing there. If I just stab blindly, that'll hurt my case. Come on, Mr. Wright, I know you can find something. Off-the-cuff contradiction. I have to avoid saying things off the cuff today. Really sly, hiding evidence like that. Something sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Maybe I should investigate this evidence a little more close. Maybe I should do that. Don't forget to do those fancy 3DS things you could do with your fancy 3DS. Oops, hit the wrong button. Oh my God. Sorry, buttons. Just buttons. Just buttons today. Can't even. There's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe. It's gotta be the victim's. Must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible. Blood might be an important clue. It's because I'm playing a game. My brain is like, I played this on 3DS. This uses 3DS buttons, so I keep hitting circle, but it's X. I'm supposed to hit X. I'm supposed to hit X. This blood, it's my sister's, right? Appears so. Anna's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. But none of his blood got on his shoe? Really? I don't think we have anything else on it. Here, I guess? Like, it's definitely the shoe. Just a matter of where to present it. Nope, not here. Vanilla DS. Ah, yeah. If I'm saying 3DS, I just tend to bunch them together. But yeah, no. Correct. Gotta be the shoe. I can't present evidence from here, right? No, I can zoom in and zoom out. Cool. The shoe not it? Maybe I do have a problem with it. I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. Clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Bonk. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. It'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Yeah. There's no blood in that picture, but... And he was also stuffed in the trunk, but like I don't think we have a picture of that to show. I guess this is the closest one. I already saved a minute ago, so it's fine. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found on the scene of the crime? Ah, as you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the... I mean, that works too. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order! Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, it's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. Just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint of the truth in her testimony. But what are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness. Oh, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? I don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Ah, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. Erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. Yeah, he absolutely is. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's speciality, erasing evidence. Reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she'd stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. She could have been lying. The court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Wow. She hates them so much she won't even let her plan go to fruition. She's like, no, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. I cannot take that name seriously. Look at this. Photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. See no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Because all the prosecutors hold the actual power here. All the judge does is hit the gavel. That's it. Be gullible, hit gavel. That's all the judge actually does. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. Excuse me, it's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Yeah, gotta object. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? This is like the third time this case. Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted really made me laugh. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right. You're saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, that's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. I mean, the muffler clearly has something in it, but I don't know if that's the thing wrong with the photograph. He was stabbed, and I guess they just didn't pull the knife out, left the knife in. I don't know if that was something... I can't save here either. It also appears to be on that elevator, not in... Right? It seems like it's on that car elevator? I'm gonna say the muffler. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, he's stabbed, we knew he was stabbed. And we can't determine... It's probably water. It could be blood puddles. It could just be red oil or something, but... I'm not really sure about this. Really not. It's this photograph is here. No, it's not. What's this? Something poking out of the car's muffler. Oh, maybe it is here. Cool. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf of any kind of this Edgeworth is just like, I can't believe he's a judge. A muffler is also part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and the muffler is related to the case. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. I wrote it on this piece of paper, you can see. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Ah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, what? Oh, she just died. She just died. Okay. Well, seems we may have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, do we do a disservice to the law? Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? Suppose so. Whew. It's close. But we made it, at least for now. Court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. Still hungry? Hey, I agree with that too. Food wars pose. To be continued. Yeah, I'd like to save. $11:56 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Yes. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem. Yes, that's exactly it. Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. What happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Excuse me. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people's, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? Seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. Saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? The award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? Photograph taken at the crime scene. She wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Whoo-wee. God damn him. I hate him, but he's great. I hate him, but he's great. But I hate him. But he's great. I'd like to resume? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? That cut over got me good. It's not a new pose or anything, but I didn't expect that. Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. Wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it's time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had... This is unacceptable! Seems our prosecutor is quite besides himself. Excuse me. Knock knock? Who's there? Hello? Leo? How are you doing? What's with this guy? Strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Like, he has enough things in common with Leo, doesn't he? Like, his ties, Leo's weapons, his hair is similar, like, similar build. It ain't perfect, but, like, it's, you know... Ooh. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Are you saying he's hot? What on earth is he? What is going on in this courtroom? Ah, it's you. Ooh. Just blink at camera for a bit, you know. Oh. Sorry I'm late, Uji. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Hey, Uji, how you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy schmizzy, Uji. My boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. This courtroom is a madhouse. And also, yes, Butts. Uji seems to be his nickname for the judge. Afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha, so you're the Wrighto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about a little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometimes. Jolly! Little worthy? Yeah, he must, yeah. These games are old, so like it makes sense. Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Shame you can't read, though. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. Just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. Yeah, he clearly was like, yeah. The crime occurred. Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. A little Worthy's car, no less. Yeah. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? Your investigators are this lax. How do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute. Worthy. No desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature. It's there. Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. You're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Ooh. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. No, he's been at a loss for words when we said something really stupid before, but I guess you wouldn't have seen that. Kind of major blunders, unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. Blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. First of all, yes you would. Second of all, he understands that that's the only actual job he has. He does get it. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Alright. Oh, I'm not. The game has decided it's doing this. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is it? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Alright, well, knife blade time, I guess. Don't scare me like that! I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade, the tip is broken off. This dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I'd like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing, not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. It's a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. The detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? Not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There's a murder at the police department. A detective? It's hush-hush information, Edgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? You can understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, two detectives killed at the same time in two different places. Chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Yeah, the party has started. Very well, however, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Wright-o, but I can't say that now. Not that. I've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? It's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. This knife was found at the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Wright-o. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Wright-o. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. Small tag, SL92. Where? I think I've seen something like this before. Oh! Yeah, it's gotta be the autopsy report, right? Or not. Oh, yeah, no, that would do it. It's falling in place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. Now, how are things down at the department? I still want to hear what the other things are, so... Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Wright-o, my boy? Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why don't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Alana's case and all. Oh, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. Perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. There's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, right? Suppose I could help if you could help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. So we know when the victim died. We can assume they were stabbed by this knife. But I think we need that info. I think we need that one. Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force called a stabbing with a knife. That's what we in the force called a stabbing. Yeah, everybody calls it that. A knife. It's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, it's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases and the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Five 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's office and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Like zero. Like zero. Functionally zero. Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling. But I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. How can you say there's no connection? Well, because I'm the chief of police. I can just say anything I please, righto? You understand? Like, I know he's saying that jokingly, but he knows that he can just say, like, try to understand, righto. Well, if you can prove there's a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together. Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and the other at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. That knife! What's it doing there? Better check this knife out. Knife and Goodman. Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection! This knife. It has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Oh, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Aji? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. Man. What's this? 6 minus 7S 12-2. Your Honor. It's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Order, order. Well, Chief? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? Huh. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. It was a bad day for the department. We're in shape to do any investigating. Detective was killed at the police department. See, what a mess. Time of the crime. Official link to this case. I can't talk much about it. Alright. So this knife. Stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It's evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Little Worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. This knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy? Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, it's the same one. I don't know how to tie that to... Oop. I like having a clean save at the start of whatever bit. This bit. It's gotta be that bit. Or... maybe present the knife here? Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, the police department. Yep, knife. Knife's important. We did this one. One bit of the murder. It was a murder weapon. Case long since solved. Yeah, hard to think there isn't a connection there. I don't think it's the police ID, but like it could.
It's ramen.
Yeah, we got to. Definitely not Leo. And also welcome back. No, it's not. Yeah. Is there really a contradiction in that, though? It's just, they make it sound like that's definitely where we should. That's all I think I can think to do there. Thinking maybe the ID, he stole it now. Yeah, I had a good stretch of time where I knew what I was doing. Right now I got nothing. Like, it's so obvious the two are connected, but like, which piece of evidence to show where? Yes. Not official link to this here case. Maybe it's this one. Like, it's clearly officially linked somehow. Right. The badge is great, but here maybe not. Well, alright. Go through these one more time. Like, they make it really seem like it's this one right here. Murder weapon. Case long solved. Stolen day of the murder. Found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Something happened. He didn't ask, whatever. So we can, for sure, the bad day is a nothing statement. There's a murder there. Same day. They have a suspect, but they arrested them. So we know they were stabbed. Where the victim was found? Where was the victim found? Speaking of where the corpse was found, I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. Heard of that? Evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? That was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Okay. The sweepstakes. Yep. I entered myself. Easy enough to enter. So like, why not? Looks like you get them out. Yeah. I haven't been around that long in it, but it's crazy the game's been going. And a lot of people have been there since the beginning. That's the connection between the two cases. I'm happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. The link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Can we? Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. You mentioned the victim had on him the case number of the knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for this to be a coincidence. I think it's the way that he always has like his lips slightly pursed, but he gives off Muppet energy. I feel like it would be fine for his mouth to just open that like Muppet, like the whole face just. I feel like that would just look normal on him, honestly. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you just deduced right there. Your men suck. Really? Your officers suck, sir. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. We get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? But that's... You're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly, which you haven't done up to this point. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of them. Victim's division, victim's ID number... I mean, the ID number is as good as a name. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name, after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... 5842189, which has got, like, we only know one number, right? Well, yeah, we only know one number. You lying sack of bastard! Well, that's quite long, and we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning... it has to be what I think it is. What does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? I mean, witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, I got confused. And this is new. Ooh, Edgeworth getting better, man. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. Oh man, that was a real ad that happened. I forgot about that. Oh, that was so awful. That was Mighty Number 9's commercial. Oh, that was so bad. It's so... Yeah, gotta agree, Potts. Gotta agree. Not that I think he was directly involved in that advertisement, but the statement still stands. The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? Yes, Your Honor. It's mine. Yo, yeah, no, for plenty of other stuff, yeah. But no, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Oh my god. Huh? Wait, an ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Oh, wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID... Stop! The 2 ID numbers are identical, in other words. The detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho, sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack. But, wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location. Oh, that would be weird. That's totally weird. How did that even happen? Order, Chief! What does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Excuse me, sorry. Now just wait a second, Worthy, no need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Again, apparently. But wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you the... Okay. And I had to let that all out of the system. Officer Meekins. Mr. Wright, where have you heard that name before? Wait, aha! I mean, They intentionally gave him just the single most memorable design they could possibly give him. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere in the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief. Good sir. I've got your report. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodwin murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then It looks like he's always just ready to go like... He's just always ready. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. It said it's the name. I hate him. We also know for a fact from chatter beforehand that he wants Edgeworth out. Like he's part of the squad that is very much Edgeworth makes up stuff, gives us a bad name, we want him out. Connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Also, isn't this your job, sir? Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Yet. We got games to go, don't worry. I'll grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Ooh, also, hey, Seventh, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Hope you had a good heckin' weekend and your Sundays are going well. We courtroomin'. We sure courtroomin'. Alright, day 2 investigation. Whew. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Code Law Offices. Mr. Wright? So, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodwin, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. No, after 4 p.m. Within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot. And the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try at least. Alright, let's do it. It'll be 2:30 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. It's who knows? It's time. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room. No biggie. Yeah, you know. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. Oil drum. Was it empty? Oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene. Never. Even though she says that, they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just... I like how all of Phoenix's companions can definitely, like, read the text of his thought bubble, and they just never address it. They clearly can hear that text, but don't worry about it. Fine. We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether it was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Hey, ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is... liminal testing fluid. Liminal? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright, especially because everyone seems to be doing a really bad job lately. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with the stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Whoa. To test for blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Let's enter to spray it on. But I'm using a controller! Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. We're gonna find those stains. Oh man. Virtual Boy was one of those things that on paper wasn't a bad idea. It simulated 3D fairly decently well. They just forgot to, you know, attribute the fact that it gave you a massive headache very quickly. Like, the base premise worked. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. I mean, it's scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we'll definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount of blood. Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It's pretty strange. What is what, forensics? Yeah. If they fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this. Oh, hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Wow, I'm so glad I didn't spray like a bajillion sprays of it around the entire place. It's fine. Mineral testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye. You can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. What are you doing here? I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr! You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Why are you still here? Look, the door. This must mean something. I think we've already checked this one. Yeah. I don't think there's anything new here, actually. Well... Try through it 1 second. Now that we've seen her true colors, nah. She's just here to cause trouble. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. It's clearly an onigiri hat. Sorry, you lied at the witness stand. That's unforgivable. She's also got a necklace of, like, how people cut hot dogs for, like, Japanese bento boxes. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I'd witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. You were fired from being a detective. So... And you've just recently lied multiple times on the jury stand. Or on the witness stand. So I don't know if your honor as a detective means jack squat? I know this photograph is something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. Oh my god, she can be your angel or your devil. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me Cough Up Queen. When here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. Yeah, it makes sense, but also... It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... SL9? What do you think about this? Oh, and on that note... Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? The knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transferal to the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over yet. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Nope. What do you think about this? It's the same thing, right? Yeah. So she's not going to tell us more about it. See, that would have been the perfect time for something else to show up there. Well... Anything else to present her? Yep. Badge. Yep. Hold on. I thought we had heard that before. Alpha Queen. The parking lot, no mistake, it's definitely Goodman's, but same idea as the man who killed the police. Oh, yeah. It's impossible. Sure. Doubt this one's gonna take rid of this. Yeah, nothing there. But if the Edgeworth's knife stuck in it was found in Edgeworth's car, I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. It's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? Yeah. Don't think this one's gonna do anything. Yep, that's back to T. I'm just showing her everything, but like, obviously that's not gonna have anything. Autopsy. That. Phone? That's when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder. Clearly have her arm, but whatever. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know, it was a trap. Red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Sky really trying to say, I wonder? Okay, look at this. Yep. You think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes, so you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. 5 minutes later, that's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. Hole in my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. Your lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before. I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. Nothing for the shoe. Luminol. Yeah. Kind of figured nothing there. Aha, now she wants to talk. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable to who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Ah, some familiar faces here. Some familiar faces that don't seem to have changed their outfits in 2 years. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It didn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. Oh, jeez. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves others found themselves tongue-tied and just unable to speak, and out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over. And he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9. It's another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches to this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends and boyfriends that can help me investigate. Yeah. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, you know, clearly she's the victim in all this. Her and Marshall, they're the victims. Obviously. So, rookie. What? Seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes, it's my job. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch. Oh, Salisbury steak's very tasty. I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Steak lunch received from the Star. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Miss Star? Officer Marshall, is he, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. Got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. To be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now, he's so cold. Dick and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. You already put a man to rest. Cut your losses. Leave. You just admitted that. Like, she just admitted to us that she killed a man by falsifying evidence. An innocent person was put to death because of her actions. But the problem is she got fired, or demoted for it. Well, she was fired, he was demoted. I see, thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Well, cool. It's like Miss Sky isn't questioning. Hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How is she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. That's true. It doesn't mean they were the one that did it. But at no point here are they like, it's bad that they falsified evidence and got somebody killed who was innocent. What she's saying is, I want my job back. So I can be on the same force that falsifies evidence and gets innocent people murdered. So you're right. She's not necessarily saying she did that, or Marshall did that. But she's very heavily implying that she doesn't actually care that that happened. She's only investigating, I feel, at least the way she's telling us, she's investigating the case because she was slighted. You're right, she is still asking about stuff, so like maybe there's that too. But I feel like they've got a bone to pick with the case because they've been fired. But that's just, I'm going off what she's saying. I don't know. February 23rd, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. Everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Makes my head hurt. Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set and investigate. But don't mess up or we could wind up dead. Not anyone wants more mysteries of dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. This is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. Oh well, Dancing Blue Badger TM is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely. It's cutting edge stuff, very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Why is that good? Don't show her the moving mock-up outside then, you'll give her nightmares. Yeah, when I showed this to my daughter, she started crying. Obviously, there were tears of happiness and joy. I could tell. Alright. Definitely. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. The detective did get killed here after all. They did. So, I was saying earlier, I can't believe that they show that the mascot suit is empty in the Phoenix Wright movie and draw zero attention to it after that. Nobody talks about it. Nothing whatsoever. Is the thing that saves that case from being called early never once mentioned again. It's fine. Just like they never talk about the fact that all of Phoenix's companions can clearly read his blue text box thought bubbles. Don't worry about it. So the evidence from the scene of the crime. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about it. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Oh, real crime scene. Let's go take a look. I wouldn't be thrilled to see a murder crime scene myself, but you know, different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Why are you asking? That's true. Huh. I wonder whose office this is. It is. Look at the freaking snare trap by the elevator door. You need to tie a snare trap to something. What is that tie? Like, that wouldn't work. What's the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. Sure seems that way. Oh. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly. It's imposing. It's hard to think straight. Ah, yes. I, too, find it very difficult to think... Uh-oh, the cactus is already affecting me. It's got too much power. Hold on. Wait. There we go. Now I can't see the cactus. It's perfect. It has no more power over me. It's flawless. I can't see the whole text box. Uh-oh. Deep breaths. Okay. Okay. You can do this. It's so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Who could it be? It could be anyone. Anyone. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti. A lot like my sister, actually. Yeah, it's the lunch lady's room, yeah. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. She actually just has a wig on her person and just puts it on the cactus. It's like, oh my god, I see it now. I understand. Oh, I'm sure they're water bottles. They're definitely water bottles. We can't examine them, so it's clearly unimportant. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. Yeah, there's a security guard uniform hanging here. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy, a paunchy, a pinchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. A leather poncho? That's too much leather. You've gone too far. Look on the floor, a lasso! Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. She gets it. You have an active imagination. The evidence room is behind that door. Let's just walk in! Quickly said, Won't open. Thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. See, I disagree. I think all we would need is some form of ID, but it's not going to let me do that. So. Did I miss anything? Why is he not here? It's so much. Just alcohol everywhere. Alright, well. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. Save me more of a yeah myself. Yeah, you know. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... One steak lunch, please! Oh, ew. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh, I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. Criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing at the police department evidence room, right, pal? The same day that detective was killed in prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. As the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Oh, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later! He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Well, time to move it on over. way to go from here. Yeah. Detention center visitors room. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught that person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator. I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but it's me. Excuse me, but it's me, Miss Edgeworth. We're on the premises. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center, right? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a lost little lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. See? You, Officer Meekins. You didn't. Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Meekins sure is something. I don't know what he is. But he sure is a lot of it. Sir, I'm a patrolman with General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Oh. The heck is this guy? What is this? What is this guy? The heck is this guy doing? What happened then? That, sir, everything went right. White, I saw red. I blacked out. Which color was it? And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky. Yeah, no, he shouldn't have, clearly. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. No, actually tell us about the victim. I don't mean to pry, but are you the perpetrator? But you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy eyes, sir. Jeez. Can somebody take that away from him? You have to label me as the perpetrator or victim, sir. Then label me as victim. I would, but you happen to be in a detention? And alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a teeny department devoid of light and of other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. How? So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. I hate him. I hate him. I hate his megaphone, but I don't like him. How about your hand? Did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir. Do you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were... Huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. That's some story. Meekins recurring for a long time. This is his first appearance. Ooh. Let me just never talk to this man again? Hey, I'm an attorney. Officer Meekins, have a look at this. Go ahead, sir. Laugh at me. I know what you want to say. You're going to tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I? No, sir, I know. I'm the one without a girl with matching badges. Nowhere. I'm all alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't all about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I'd like to think there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey. That's it, sir. That's it. That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remembered, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. Better pry into this one a little deeper. Yeah, like, what's even the point if you don't have a girl with matching badges? And also, what's the point of having a girlfriend if you're not going to have matching badges? Can you tell me what it is you remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. He brings it everywhere. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. That's why you thought he looked suspicious? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So he asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was supposed to do it right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's word, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I woke, I was here. Right. Hasn't he mentioned that when he's awoke, he was in the evidence room, and when he's awoke, he was here? Like, make up your mind. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom we met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the evidence clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? I finished off a guy with a knife. No, he himself admitted he literally like jumped in the air and then passed out. Like, he is absolutely a button masher in a fighting game. Videotape? From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime. I swore to stamp it out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. You waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. I'm pretty sure they already took that away from you. No thanks, I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. Yeah, let's just leave. Leave. You know what? I'm going to say this is a decent stopping point, actually. Because the next scene will take whatever bit. We know where we're going. We're right there. I'll probably still somehow forget for next week. Don't worry. It's a superpower. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah. Oh, because I clicked chat. Whoops. It's been a night. The case is getting interesting. I can see why people don't like this character. Not a big fan right now either. Not a big fan. Not a fan at all. Rise from the Ashes. This is certainly a hell of a case. It's going places. And now we can spray for blood and waste all of Emma's money. But yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all had a good time tonight. Tomorrow we are doing Labyrinth. Tuesday is Live Alive. Thursday is very likely to be Ryza. And Friday is definitely Monster Hunter. We know those for sure. Thursday's, I guess, up in the air, but it's probably Ryza. We didn't do one this week. We should do it next week. Fell off a glider. Ah, I think Potts may have died.
He might actually be dead.
Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, we got ourselves a leaving a paper. I can type a monster, a quote, a Discord, and
Attention!
yeah, there we go. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper's Viperland. I'll see you all next time. That sound. Ooh, too good.
Brutality.